But let's go to Jeremiah here. We are here, Jeremiah 32. God's assurance of the people's return in 26, verse 26. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, saying, Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will give this city into the hand of the Chaldeans, into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. And he shall take it. The Chaldeans who fight against this city shall come and set fire to this city and burn it. With the houses on whose roof they have offered incense to Baal, and poured out drink offerings to other gods, to provoke me to anger. Because the children of Israel and the children of Judah have done only evil before me from their youth. For the children of Israel have provoked me only to anger with the work of their hands, said the Lord. For this city has been to me a provocation of my anger and my fury from the day that they built it, even to this day. So I will remove it from before my face, because of all the evil of the children of Israel and the children of Judah, which they have done to provoke me to anger. They, their kings, their princes, their priests, their prophets, the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And they have turned to me the back and not the face, though I taught them, rising up early and teaching them. Yet they have not listened to receive instruction. They set their abominations in the house which is called but by my name to defile it. And they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire to Molech, which I did not command them, nor did it come into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So we are talking about Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Babylonian devil worship. And of course the worship of Baal. And you heard that the passing through the fire of Molech, that's the statement, passing the fire of Molech. Those are the fires upon which Molech, the false god obviously, demanded that they pass their babies through. The killing of babies, God says here, of course, is an abomination. Abomination. Not just a carnal sin, not just a grave sin, but an abomination to God. It makes God furious. The killing of babies, which these women would do, because they would be told that they would get blessings through the killing of their babies. Of course, the Baal cult also was a sex cult. So there was, of course, different types of sexual prostitution that were, quote, sanctified by these various pagan cults. You always find this in the pagan cultic traditions all over the world, all over the world. Wherever you have killing babies, you're going to have temple prostitution. They got to get a way to get rid of all these babies that they're having, all these, this free sex culture is creating. And so they create this ridiculous, superstitious, demonic, fantastical justification to get rid of all this human life, which is being created by all this licentiousness. And then they try to make it holy in their own minds because they know it's demonic, trying to justify it in their own mind psychologically, so they have no guilt about it. And that's why, of course, you always see the attachment of this type of baby killing. You even have in Greek mythology, you have stories of Zeus, like splitting babies in half. What is it? One of those stupid, there's one of the Greek myths, one of the gods anyways, is splitting babies in half.
Not Solomon.
No, not Solomon. There's also the Greek god, is it the Greek god, what's the one that actually eats babies? There's one that
I
eats
don't think
babies.
my Greek mythology
I
got me
believe
there.
it's the god that represents time that eats children.
Kronos.
Kronos, yeah. Kronos eats children. So it just, people have, that's just, sorry for being informed. People have no idea. Different gods have different cultures. They're not the same. Which, of course, the cult of relativism and multiculturalism wants to brainwash people to believe. They're not the same. They have different cultures that are created by them. A civilization that believes in all these wacko mythological gods that are like having, adulterous sex with everything, animals, women, goddesses, you name it. Goddesses that are philandering and sleeping with Hephaestus's wife. The married men like Hephaestus. Aphrodite did that. So it's just this is the type of culture they create. It's all a big joke. It's all a big ridiculous hoax to justify satanic behavior. That's Kronos, right? Who's eating babies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See that? You guys, pull a picture of Kronos eating babies. This is just the normal thing of the day. This is not new. This is not creative. When you have the celebtards from Hollywood trying to always pretend that they're new because they believe in paganism, it's not new. Being a licentious skank like Miley Cyrus is nothing new. And Paul Joseph Watson has a new video on Miley Cyrus. Maybe I'll show him, maybe I won't. It's just so sick. She's just such a skank. She's such a hoe. She's just such a despicable, leg-splitting, prostitute. I mean, she's so despicable. And the only way, see, there it is, Kronos eating children. Just the amount of ignorance and brain-dead idiocy out there. You see the picture on the right there of Kronos eating children? I mean, this is just the reality of paganism. That's why you have, and this is not only from Greek mythology or Roman or white people mythology. I'm talking about Latin American mythology. I'm talking about Chinese mythology. I'm talking about African mythology. Wherever you go, okay, wherever you go, there is the common strain of the pagan cultures. Justification of licentious whoredom and eating babies and killing babies. Because Satanism thrives and enjoys the wicked and the evil. And Satan enjoys destroying innocence because those children one day could potentially grow up to become men and women of God who then will destroy Satan or at least stand up against his kingdom. So Satan takes great delight in murdering them early because he's got rid of them. And then it's all a big joke. It's all these bullying, narcissistic, self-absorbed, demonic, pedophilic bullies that want to victimize things that are weaker than them because they have no strength themselves and they're weak and vapid and empty and sick and mentally deranged and psychotic. They want to get off on not only bullying, I mean literally killing weaker human beings, more vulnerable human beings, as a display or a secret, and they do it in a secret society, so as a secret display and pact with one another about how badass they are. And it's all a big freaking joke. And it's all about, oh, what we can get away with. And it's all about, oh yeah, we're the super elite class. We can get away with murder literally. These people are trash. They're scum. They're disease. They are cancer. They are AIDS virus and syphilis sores, pussing and oozing with disgusting disease-filled liquid. They are sick pieces of trash. And this is what paganism gets you. And all the stupid Hollywood libtards and celebtards that try to parade around pretending they're goddesses and gods are disgusting, weak, vapid, empty, hateful, diffident pieces of scum. They're literally the flesh scabs of demons' semen. I mean, they are just ridiculous, all right? Ridiculous. And of course, God is warning against this because God hates it. God wants to see his children flourish, succeed, be virtuous, not virtue signal, be actually virtuous, be humble, be righteous, not self-righteous, but righteous in God. He wants to see them build civilization and have, do art and make beautiful families and love him. To create culture and civilization that empowers the next generation to be good. God wants to see this beauty continue forth vertically through the generations. Because he is a loving father who wants to protect his children, and he delights in seeing his children become like him and become strong like him so that they can vanquish and stand over the stupid predators.